Hey, kia ora everybody. Welcome to our video of exercises. Hope that you like them. We've got Joe, Tanya, Erin and Mark from Sport Northland. Do pay attention to the safety briefing immediately following this. Have fun, make sure you're safe, and we'll see you at the end. Thanks.
Okay, so this is going to be the big exercise routine here. As you can see, I'm doing this standing, but you can use a chair to either help keep your balance or to sit on while you're doing some of this if you'd like to try that. But here we go, we're just about to get started. I'm going to be leading you through the warm-up. So we're just going to start with marching. Here we go, just to get our heart rate up a bit, marching on the spot. And as you're getting warmer, you can start to lift your knees a bit higher. So that's one. Keep on going. Keeping our chest up, eyes up, lifting those knees, marching on the spot. Alright. Now that once we've warmed up a bit, we're going to have our feet together and we're just going to start by doing some paddling. So we're going to grip the top of our paddle here, grip the side, and we're just going to bring it through to the side here. So paddling, 4, 5, and then we're going to swap sides, change the grip, and paddle to the other side. 5, switching side. 2, 3, and one more time on the other side. Alright, now we're going to move our feet out a bit wider for some axe swings. So we're going to reach down, grab our axe, we're lifting it up over our head and bringing it down, bending our knees if we need to, lifting it up over the head and swinging that down again. Here we go. 3 and 4 and 5 and one more and let it go. Alright, so now we're going to bring our hands to our hips, keeping our legs wide, and we're just going to swing our hips to both sides. Here we go. Getting those hips nice and warm. And once we've done this side to side for a bit, we're just going to go around in circles. So pushing those hips forward and back. And we're just going to swap sides, moving those hips around in nice big circles if we can, getting those going. Awesome. Alright, letting that go. We're just going to bring our arms into it now, and we're going to warm up our mid-body by moving from side to side, doing our washing machine move, swinging those arms around, keeping that chest up, keeping your eyes up as you're moving through the motion. I'm going to do a few more of these just to get our trunk nice and warmed up. And then we're going to move our arms overhead, so bringing them over to our Mexican wave, widening those feet out, keeping a bend in those knees if you need to, side to side here. Okay, one more, and then we're going to bring our feet back in and we're going to do stepping side to side. So step, step, chest up, keeping your eyes up, smile on your face. And if you want to, you can add in a clap. So clap. 6, 7, 8. All right, and then we're going to marching again. So back to marching, here we go. And we're going to lift those knees up higher this time. So you can slow that down a bit if you like, just to get that knee lift as high as possible. You don't have to bring your knee up as high as me, just go for what feels comfortable for you. Awesome. Alright, so now we're just going to do what we call an 80 step. So this is just going to warm up our ankles a bit. So we're just going to lift one ankle and swap sides. So I'm going to try and get a bit of a rhythm going here, almost like marching, but not lifting your feet up off the ground. So just switching heels, lift, lift, 7, 8. Alright, and we're stopping there, and we're just going to do some hip swings. So lifting this up, swinging forward and back. Once again, you can get a chair for your balance if you need to, or you could even use your sink at home. Right, we're going to swap sides, swing in our hips again, back and forward. Right, cool. Once we've done that, coming back to our stance, and we're just going to do our leg kicks, going out to the front, and then out to the side, and out to the back. Okay, so front, down, side, down, back, down, side, back, front, side, back. And you can feel free to slow this down if you need to, or you can try and keep up with this pace. Alright, we're going to swap sides, going front, side, and back, front, side, and back, front, side, back, front, side, back. And plant your feet together, give your knees a bit of a wriggle, and we're just going to do some shoulder rolls now. So lifting the shoulders up towards your ears and then letting them drop down behind your back. Lifting up and drop, up and drop, up and drop, and drop, and moving forward. Drop, up, drop, up and drop, up and drop. And then we're just going to finish off with some brush strokes. So get a bit of a bend in your knees, lifting the arms up in front and then bringing them back behind. Up and back, up, up and back, up and back. And that's our warm up for today. On to the next one.
Kia ora, thanks Joe for the warm up there. So the next part that we're going to do is we're going to work a little bit more closely with our ankles, our feet, up into our calf muscles before I send you on to Erin to do the warm up into our balance. So all that we're going to do now is just walk on the balls of our feet. So we just lift the heels up, so it's kind of like marching on the spot. And actually the recommendation for this is about 20 seconds twice daily. So we want to get in the habit of lifting our heels up off the ground constantly. Now I'm doing this reasonably quick. You can do this holding onto a chair, the bench at home if you want to, and or you can do it a little bit slower and just pronounce that heel lift just a little bit more if you like. So we're just bringing those heels up and down, working into the balls of the foot here. Okay, shifting it up, so now we're doing our heel stomp, so it's kind of the opposite thing here, pulling the toes back, stomping our heels into the ground. If you want to go a little bit quicker at home, you can roll the arms and make the heels go just a little bit quicker here. Nice punchy movement. Alright, then we're going to go flat foot, shifting into wiggling our toes. So we've got to lift the toes up a little bit to do this. Give those toes a really good wiggle. I know you can't see mine there, I am doing the exercise. Maybe go a little bit quicker with it if you can, wiggling those toes nice and quick. And then we're going to scrunch the toes under. So here we scrunch the toes under, hold them under, shortening the foot base here, and then relax. Now we pull the toes back, so we pull them back, holding the foot nice and tense, holding the toes up off the ground. Relax, let's scrunch them under again, turn the toes under, shortening the foot base, holding there, holding in, and then relax. Last one of these, let's pull the toes back again. So I'm holding the toes up off the ground, holding nice tense foot, and then relaxing again. Good. Okay, so we're going to do presses and pullbacks now. So I'm going to stand on one leg. You might want to use a chair or a bench at home, just lifting the foot up, and then we're pressing the toes down, holding, and then pulling back. Press and pull. So it's a good little balance exercise, otherwise you can stabilize yourself holding on to things. And just decide how hard you press and pull, because you can give it a good little bit of a press here, you'll feel that bite up into the calf muscle, or pull back and it comes right up into the quad here too. Let's change sides. Other side, same thing, just lifting the foot up. Let's just press the toes down to start with and hold, and then pull back. Press and pull. So we're not only warming the ankle, we're also shifting up into those muscles, like we said, the calf muscle and the quads are working, as well as right up to the hip here as we stabilize. Okay, let's move on to ankle circles now. So let's change foot again. I'm just going to lift one foot up and just turn the foot inwards. Now you can do these quickly, or you can do them slower and more pronounced, so that we're pressing and pulling the ankle as well. And let's make sure that we go the other way too. So I'm opening up a little bit quicker, and then also pressing and pull as I circle. Let's change sides. Other side, same thing, just lifting one foot up, circling away. Can be quite hard to draw a circle. And let's go a little bit slower as we press and pull, and then back the other way. Press and pull as we circle, and then a little bit quicker to finish off. Okay, ankle stretch. I'm going to do this one standing. If you're doing this standing at home, make sure that you hang on to something. It does work really well seated as well. So all that we're going to do, just imagine I'm holding on to something here. We just tip the foot over in this position, okay, holding on. Nice strong standing leg, hand on the leg, and then we just gently lean forward and down. So I should be feeling the tension all through here, just holding that. Coming back up, let's change those legs over. Same thing, holding on to something, tipping the leg over. Okay, this is my strong leg here. We're just gently leaning forward and down. A little bit of tension there, just holding. Okay, just a couple of exercises to go now. What we're going to do is we're just going to pull the feet up. So we just pull the feet back. So we're holding on to something here, and then we're going to rock up into the calf raise. So we're up and holding. Again, a little bit of momentum as we pull the toes back, and then drive up. Just rocking into this calf raise here. A little bit of momentum's fine. We don't have to go straight up and straight down. We can rock around a little bit, just use a little bit of that swing just to rock through with our hips as well. We press the heels up and hold that calf stretch. Let's go a little bit longer if we can at the top. Up we go and hold. Back down. A few more. A little bit longer at the top. We're nearly there. Last one of these. Up and hold. Okay, we're going to drop down into a calf stretch. Now if you've got a chair at home, really good, bench or wall, nice big step back, just pressing in, holding that stretch. And we also want to make sure that those toes are facing forward too. If the foot's out to the side, you're going to lose some of that stretch. So toes facing towards 12 o'clock, holding that stretch. And then to shift it down the lower part of the calf muscle, we're just going to bring that foot up a little bit of the way, press the knee down, and then we can hold that stretch just a little bit lower. You should feel it shifting down towards the heel now. Just make sure not to bounce the stretch as we hold it. Gently coming back up and out. We'll go the other side now, same thing. Nice big step back, holding that stretch. Check that back foot, toes facing forward. Chin up, nice straight back. Again, if you've got a chair, bench, or a wall, just to press again, you'll deepen that stretch. Let's shift it down the ankle just a little bit more now as we bring that foot up, push the knee down towards the floor, just hold that stretch in. Great, just standing up nice and straight, just having a little look at the feet here. Good, we're going to move on to section 3 now.
Okay, thanks Mark. So welcome to the balance section of our exercise routine. So we're going to start off with just standing on the balls of our feet. We're going to warm up into this movement first, so we're just going to rock back and forth. So you can hold on to your chair if you need to, or if you're feeling okay to do it without that support, that's fine too. Okay, so we'll just do a little bit more of this. Now, the next time we come up onto the balls of our feet, we're going to hold up there. Okay, and we're just going to practice just turning our heads side to side. Okay, so coming back down, give those calf muscles a little bit of a break. Maybe shake those legs out a little bit. And then we're going to do that again. So we're going to come up onto the balls of our feet. And then we're just going to move our arms side to side. So following our fingers with our gaze as well here. If we need to, we can just have one hand on the chair. Okay, coming back down. So we're going to have our feet together for this next exercise. And we're going to just bend our legs and stick our hips back slightly. Still keeping our gaze forward, our shoulders back. Great, and now we're just going to do some twisting. Okay, so just moving side to side. And remembering to breathe the whole time. We're turning our gaze with our head as well. Now we'll just bring a little movement in with the arms. Same thing, if you need to, holding on to that chair just with one hand. Okay, we can stand up nice and tall now. Okay, we're going to just check in with our posture. We're going to make sure our shoulders are back. Yeah, standing nice and tall, chin up, looking ahead. We're going to move on to some single leg stands. Okay, so first we're just going to bring our right foot out to the front. Just place that heel in front of you. Great. Now we're just going to lift that foot off the ground. So we're going to hold that here about 10 seconds. And try to look ahead, so not down at our feet. If we are holding onto the chair, we can see if we can loosen our grip a little bit. So place that foot back down and we're going to change sides now. Okay, so same thing, just checking our posture, looking straight ahead, heel on the ground out in front, and now we're just going to lift that heel off the ground. Okay, same thing, we're holding onto our chair, just seeing if we can loosen that grip a little bit. So that may mean just having a few fingers placed on the chair. So we still want to be looking ahead the whole time if we can. Okay, great, back to the other leg, change sides again, and we're going to add in a little bit more of a challenge this time. Okay, so we're going to bring that leg up, just checking we're looking forward, our chin's up, our shoulders are back, and then we're just going to add in some toe taps. So we're just going to gently tap out the front and bring our leg right through to the back and tap in the back. So just touching the ground with our toes for this movement, and it's nice and slow. Just a few more on this side. Okay, great. Over to the other side. Same thing here. Standing up nice and tall, we're just going to raise that foot off the ground and we're just going to tap to the front, bring it right back, and just slowly moving through, only brushing the ground with our toes every time we bring those toes down. Same thing with our grip, we may want to let go or just have a few fingers placed there just to keep us steady. Okay, over to the other side, and now we're going to do some leg circles. So we're going to start off with our foot out in the front here, And we're just going to bring them around a nice wide circle. So holding the chair if we need to, or seeing if we can take that hand away. Okay, and over to the other side, same thing here. Okay, so tap at the front and round to the back. So remembering to stand up nice and tall here, so chin up, gazing forward. Okay, and we can give that one away. Alright, so now we're going to do a tandem stand. So we're just going to place one foot in front of the other, sort of like a tightrope here. If we feel we need a bit more of a stable base, we can bring our legs a bit wider apart for this exercise. So looking like this, otherwise over here. So heel to toe, I'm going to stand this way. So I'm going to soften my knees a little bit, so I have a little bit of a bend there. And just going to get used to this position to start with. So making sure our shoulders are back and we're looking ahead, chin up. Okay, now we're just going to add in some leans. So we're just going to be slowly leaning from side to side. Okay, great, so change around, place the feet the other way this time, and same thing, if you need a bit of a wider stance for that extra support, feel free to do so. Okay, so just setting ourselves up here, shoulders back, we're looking ahead, that bend in the knees. Okay, and we can start off with our leans, so just slowly leaning side to side. And just holding onto the chair if we need to. Yeah. Making sure that we keep ourselves safe here. Okay, let's change those legs around again. And we're just going to do another variation of this. So same thing, our tandem stand. But now we're just going to do some circular motions with our arms. So we're just going to bring them around, seeing if we can follow our fingers with our gaze. That will make it a bit more challenging for you. You can keep one hand on the chair if you need to. Just a couple more on this side and then we'll switch our feet around. Okay, so changing around and we're going to do that. So our last little balance exercise here, so around the other way, just setting ourselves up, so shoulders back, looking forward, and then we're going to start with those circles. Okay, and holding onto the chair if we need to. You may find as your legs get a little bit more tired that it's a little bit more of a challenge to hold that balance. Okay, thanks for watching. That's our balance section, guys.
Kia ora e te whānau, ko Tānia aho. So what we're going to do now is work on our trunk area, and we're going to do some beautiful neck movements. So we're going to start off with getting our posture nice and strong. So I want you to engage your abdominal muscles, so suck in that belly button nice and tight, shoulders are rolled back, head up, chin forward, or head in a neutral position. Right, we're going to start off with some reverse fly. So we're coming in and we're going back out. And if you can, practice breathing with your nose as opposed to your mouth. All good if you can't, but if you can, that would be great. Beautiful. So as we're coming in, we're breathing in, and as we're going out, we're breathing out. Looking fantastic, people. Couple more. Right, we're going to stay up here, and we're going to twist one direction, back to the center, and then the other direction. Loving it. All those beautiful smiles out there. Nice. We'll do a couple more. Remember to breathe. Keep those abdominal muscles nice and engaged. Okay. We're going to bring our hands forward, and we're going to lean forward, head up, butt out, and then come back. And as we're leaning back, the further you're sitting in your seat, the harder it is. So nice and slow and controlled, we can really feel those abdominal muscles engaging. Nice. Head up. Not that far up. Oh, stunning. Alright, back up here, and we're just going to lean to one side, back to the center, beautiful, to the other side, making sure the cheeks of your butt remain on the chair, because we don't want to fall off. Having some fun. Lovely. Okay, these are my favourite ones, so hands on your knees, again, abs engaged, chest up, roll those shoulders back, head in a neutral position, and we're going to do small rotations to start off with, and then we're going to come forward and around. And as we're feeling a bit more confident, we're going to make those rotations beautiful and big. Remember to breathe. Fantastic. Couple more. Beautiful. Right, we're going to do some lovely brush strokes. So arms go up and float down. All very elegantly. Wrists are nice and relaxed. Can we have our heads up nice and strong? Abdominal muscles engaged. Head up. And then we can do some beautiful big shoulder rolls. Lovely. You get those shoulders rolling. Nice and big movements. And then we're going to come forward. Alright, hands are nice and relaxed by your side. And we're going to pull them up to our ears. And then slowly down. So as we're going up, we're breathing in. Slowly out. Breathing in. Slowly out. Breathing in. Slowly out. Right, this is a big heart stretch. So our hands come together and our elbows are up. And we're going to go down and out. And then come back up and big open expansion. Breathing in as we're coming down. Big breath out. Breathing in. Chest up. Abs on. Beautiful. Just go where you can go. Don't need to do, like if your range of motion is a little bit smaller, that's absolutely fine, where you feel comfortable. Last one. And then when we're out here, we're going to do some beautiful big chest expansion. So arms are out wide, and then we're going to come in and give ourselves a self-love. Just loving ourselves, and then going out, and then back out. Bit of loving. Out. Expand that chest as you're coming out. Up, I mean. Nice. And we're going to do some neck stretches. So again, just checking in with our posture. Abs are on, shoulders are rolled back, chest is up. So we're going to look up and then down. And tuck our chin in as we're looking down. And up. And down, nice and slowly. Up. And down. And then back to center. And then we're going to drop our ear to our shoulder. We're not bringing our shoulder up to our ear. We're practicing dropping our ear to our shoulder. So one side, back to center, and then the other side. Nice. Just go where you can. Lovely work. Couple more. Back to center, then we're going to look to your right, back to center, nice and slow, and then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to place our hand behind our head and we're just going to gently roll our head over our hands. Nice. And then we're going to go the other way. You can do these every day, a couple of times a day. You're going to really find a difference in your range of motion.
Cool, thanks for that, Tans. So we're moving on to our hands, fingers and wrists now. And we're just going to start with a hand wrestle. So what we're going to do is take a breath in, link our hands together, and we're just going to pull them apart. So as if we're pulling our hands against each other. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it go. Swapping hands over, other hand on top. We're just going to pull them apart as hard as we can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it go. So we're just going to do a couple more of those, switching this hand back on top. We're going to pull it out, pulling against each other. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Switching back over to the next side, pulling them out against each other as hard as we can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it go. So what we're going to do now is work on our hands. So having our hands up together, we're going to scrunch them all together and release and wriggle our fingers out nice and big. Scrunching them up nice and tight, and then releasing them out and giving them a nice good wriggle. Cool. We're going to do this a couple more times, scrunching them up nice and tight and wriggling those fingers out. Awesome. One more time, scrunching them in nice and tight and releasing them out for a nice wriggle. What we're going to do is make a fist again for the next one, and then we're just going to flick it out. Fist and flick. Nice tight fist and flick it out. Nice tight fist, flick it out again. One more time, nice tight fist and flick it out. Okay, you can wriggle those out again if you want to. Now we're going to stretch each finger, so hand up. We're going to start with this one, pull it back. 2, 3, the next finger across. 1, 2, 3. Moving on. 1, 2, 3. The pinky. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do the thumb, pulling that back. 1, 2, 3. Alright, we're going to do the other hand. Pulling that finger back. 1, 2, 3. Next one along. 3. Next one. 1, 2, 3. The pinky. 1, 2, 3. And then stretching that thumb back. 2, 3. And shake that out. Now what we're going to do is bring our hands in front of us like this. So we're going to pull those fingers towards each other, closing those gates, and then we're going to open them up like this. Closing the gates and then opening them up. Just go as far as feels comfortable for you, really stretching those muscles in the forearms here. Closing and then opening. A few more. One and open. And open. One more. Close and open. Alright, now we're going to just do some wrist curls. So it's just bringing those arms up and curl and release. Bringing that curl up and release. Bringing those curls up again and release. So curling in that wrist and then bending the elbows. Release the elbows and then the wrist. Here we go. Now we're just going to add one more part on, bringing that up and then turning it and pushing it down. So we're going to start down here, bring the hands up, turning them around and pushing down. There we go. And down. Just do a few more of these, bringing them up and pushing them down. Go. 2. Down. Bring them up. Pushing them down. And then if you want to, you can finish off with a few brush strokes just to loosen up again. And then we're done. Moving on to the next.
Kia ora, we're back for the last section now. It's the moment you've been waiting for. It is of course our squats or our sit to stands. So we're going to be using these big leg drivers here and doing some nice little stretches to finish. So let's get into it. There's a little bit of setup for this. I want to make sure that I go wider with my feet if I can and just turn my knees out a little bit. That's going to stop my knees from sagging into the middle here as I come down. So a nice wide sumo, warrior, haka stance. Go nice and wide with this if we can. Make sure that we stay really close to our chair because we want to be directing our backside down towards the chair, which is a safety thing as well. Okay, let's lift the chin. Let's pull the hands up nice and high. Start to sink a little bit. Let's breathe in and sink down. Breathe out and drive up. In breath, out breath. Now be conscious of not just shooting back up with the breath. That's good if you can. It shows a lot of strength and power in the muscles. Let's slow it down a little bit. It's going to make it a little bit harder, and overall it's going to mean that we're going to get better results with our strength training here. So breathing in, breathing out. Now we should be pressing through our heels. That means the toes are pulled back here. Okay, pulling the toes back, press through your heels, lift the chin so that we're not closing off the airway and leaning our shoulders forward. We don't have to go too deep. It might just be in breath, out. Small movement, pressing through, toes pulled back. Really should start feeling this now, and the muscles should be aching away at home. We're going to go through just a few more. Let's start using our breath. Here we go. Let's go 4 to finish. 3 to go. 2 left. Last one, make it a good one. Driving up, excellent. Okay, let's take a seat. Great work. We're just going to stretch the legs a little bit more now. I'm going to turn my chair just so that you can see the profile here of what we're doing. Check our posture, sit up nice and straight, lift the chin. We're going to take an in breath, we're going to take an out breath, and we're going to slide our hands down our shin on the out breath. So, nice deep breath in, out breath, chin up, sliding down. Just hold down here, breathe normally at this position. In breath, out breath, a little bit lower. Right, let's come back up, lift the chin, nice deep breath in, and out breath. Hands back to knees, nice high chin again, let's breathe in, and out breath, let's slide the hands down. Another breath in here, out breath, a little bit lower, and then come back up. Okay, we've got one last exercise to do. This one's a good one as well. So we're going to stand up behind our chair now. I'm going to turn mine that way so that you can see what we're doing. It's kind of like a lunge. We're going to call it a split leg. So I'm nice and close to the chair for support. Start to split the legs wider and wider. Okay, now this is a really nice stretch on its own. if you can progress yourself a little bit further, we'll just try and bring the heel up just a touch. So the heel's up a touch here. Now I'm strengthening the foot as well. Let's pull the shoulders back so there's a nice stretch here, and we're just holding this lunge position. Great, let's gently step ourselves back up, as many as we need, and change over, face the other side now. Same thing, go split leg, nice and close to the chair so I'm secure. Maybe I can bring the heel off the ground a little bit and make the step just a little bit bigger. Same thing, shoulders come back, chin up, just holding this position. Great, let's bring it up now. So all that we're going to do just to finish is let's just lift the inside of the feet just a little bit. Let's take our hands up with a nice deep in breath. Out breath. Hands to hips. Again, chin up, nice deep breath in. And out breath. Just relax the shoulders down. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the exercise, and I hope you enjoyed yourselves, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.